is Reina, and he's found Haaland! It's awkward, it's Musiala. Florian Wirtz!
The Bundesliga seems to be the ultimate talent factory. Barely a season goes by without the next teen celebrating his rise to the senior stage and the chance to become the next superstar. But why is that? How do Bundesliga clubs manage to convince young talents to join them? How do they develop these players? And what makes the Bundesliga so attractive for young guns in the first place? Let's start by looking at some numbers. Almost nowhere else in elite football are young players trusted with so much playing time. Before the pandemic, players aged 20 or younger played almost twice as much compared to the Premier League, Serie A or La Liga. Dortmund, Gladbach, Schalke and Leverkusen, four huge clubs who are based close by in the Rhine-Ruhr region, have long been bold in using and developing young players. More recently, Hoffenheim and Leipzig have been doing the same. To find out why, we need to look back to the beginning of the century. 2000 was a tough year for German football. After the national team won the European Championship in '96, the blaze of glory disappeared, and they were eliminated in the group stage of the Euro. So, German football introduced a new strategy and a strict change of rules. All 36 Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2 teams now had to run youth academies. As a consequence, German clubs have spent nearly €2 billion on developing youth academies since 2001. And if you invest so much time and money into setting up that infrastructure, it makes sense to use it instead of spending more money on the transfer market. Youngsters suddenly had twice as much training as before by the age of 18. The clubs started to concentrate on new training methods with a focus on creativity in random environments. For example, exercises in the football Naut, a robotic cage that flings balls from various angles for a player to control and pass. Joshua Kimmich, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, or more recently Florian Wirtz and Youssoufa Moukoko, just to name a few of the talents that were scouted, raised and developed in that system. Besides training facilities, the Bundesliga stadiums are unique high-end facilities, thanks to the 2006 FIFA World Cup and the upcoming UEFA Euro 2024.
Comes Musiala.
But when you're young, something even more important than facilities is that you play. And chances are high that you will play as a young player in the Bundesliga. Age doesn't matter. If you're good enough, you're old enough. This attracts many of the greatest talents from around the world. The appreciation for these young talents is not only shown in the raw data, but also in the way the players are treated at the clubs. When Jadon Sancho arrived at Dortmund, the sporting director said, "We are delighted that Jadon Sancho, one of the biggest talents in European football right now, absolutely wants to and will play for Dortmund." He said these words as he handed Sancho the shirt with the number 7. Significant words, significant gesture. The number was previously worn by Dembélé, another youngster who made it in the Bundesliga. Sancho said afterwards that he would have taken any number, but getting the 7 was a big boost to his confidence. That's why Sancho made sure that Gio Reyna would inherit the number 7. Reyna is now following the path paved by Sancho, as well as his fellow countryman Christian Pulisic, who also kick-started his career in the Bundesliga. Besides the facilities and getting playing time on an elite level, there is another reason for international young guns to join a Bundesliga team: the culture. First, the football culture that is created each and every match day by the fans. The Bundesliga has the highest average attendance in the world. More than 40,000 celebrate their teams on average per game. Besides that unique fan culture, the mentality in the clubs suits young players from abroad as well. There are many young coaches with an innovative mindset and a long-term vision. As former player Steve Cherundolo puts it, they often work very structured. Every player knows where they need to be, the coach has a specific game plan, and they follow that game plan. And I think Americans follow that type of mentality as well. The playing style in Germany, a fast-paced, transition-heavy game, suits athletic players and therefore also works well for young guns. High-end facilities, trust to perform on an elite level, and a culture shaped by innovative coaches that empower development. These three factors combined have given the Bundesliga a reputation that attracts aspiring young players from around the world. In the Bundesliga, stars are not bought, they are made.
I'm trapped in a YouTube end card.
Did you like that?
Click here to subscribe and join our Bundesliga community.
Done.